Jnanakosha Vedas Atharvana Veda by pact.
ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपवज्रवत्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणान् ब्रह्मणस्पतः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः
Atharva Veda based Upanishads, Tripura Tapani Upanishad. Chapter 3. The gods said to the blessed Lord, "We would fashion the mystic marks." The blessed Lord told them, "Seated in the lotus posture with the region of the knees touching the earth, make the mystic marks. He who knows the mystic mark of the triangle attracts all. He knows all, enjoys all fruits. He breaks up all and immobilizes the foe. Keeping the middle fingers over the ring fingers, he brings together the little fingers and the thumbs, the forefingers being left free like rods pointing downward. Thus is the first mark made, the triangle. The same with the middle fingers joined in the second, the seed. The third has the shape of the gourd, rubbing the palms in the reverse order, bringing together the thumbs and the forefingers. The fourth is formed the great gourd. The fifth, the great deluder, is made when the thumbs are joined to the nails of the middle fingers. After rubbing with the forefingers on the little finger and the ring fingers held straight with the middle fingers, the same shaped at the tip like a gourd, is the sixth. Keeping the left hand in the right resting posture, the ring fingers in the middle of the little fingers, and the middle fingers with the forefingers crossed over them, the thumb straight, one gets the seventh, the kechari, the all attracting. In the all upright, all retracting posture, keeping each little finger in the space between its middle finger and the ring finger, and at the sides the forefingers in the shape of the gourd, and the thumbs and palms in contact, the eighth is formed. The ring fingers rest on the back of the middle fingers, the thumbs holding the middle fingers on which rest the forefingers remain in the middle. Thus is the ninth formed, the all agitating. Keeping the little fingers equally in and the thumbs too equally in, the mystic mark comes to have three sections. The 5 arrows, the mystic mark such as the 5 are clear. Chrome is the seed of the gourd. Ha, Sa, Ra, those of Shiva and Shakti. Kha of killing, Prem of enchantment. Ha, Sa, Kha, Prem of Kachari. Ha of the sun, stratum of desire. Ka, the first seed of Vaghabhagwa, is the ninth. Ha, the first seed of Kamakuta, is the 10th. Whoso knows thus becomes an adept in mantra. Now therefore we shall expound the wheel that has become the Kamakala, Hrim, Klim, Im, Blum, Stratum. These 5 desires pervade the whole wheel. Wrap up the middle desire M in the past desire stratum M, stratum M. Let this group be put within Blum. Bind up twice the end sought with the 2 medial aims and worship in the birch bark. Whoso knows this wheel knows all, he attracts all the worlds, he immobilizes everything. The wheel dyed in indigo slays foes, it arrests all movements, smearing it with lac. One controls all worlds, uttering the formula 9 lakhs of times. One attains the status of Rudra, wrapping up the wheel in the inscribed diagram. One becomes victorious, offering oblation in the fire built in a triangular fireplace. One wins over women, doing so in a fireplace shaped like a rod or a circle. One acquires unrivaled wealth, doing so in a square fireplace. One gets rain. If one offers oblations in a triangular fireplace, foes are killed. Movements are immobilized, offering flowers. One becomes victorious, offering Senses having great tastes, one becomes surcharged with supreme joy. The great tastes are the six tastes. We invoke you, leader of hosts, of poets, poet most renowned, doyen of kings among Brahmans, Lord of Brahmans, pay heed to us. Come with protection to our homes. Uttering this hymn, touch the body, pronouncing Ga with the dot above. Bow down to Ganesha, saying Gam to Ganesha. Om, bow unto the blessed Lord with ash smeared limbs of formidable prowess. Kill, kill, burn, burn, consume, consume. Subdue, subdue, erase, erase. Breaker up of the flow. At the foot of the trident, secure the accomplishment of the symbol. Dry up the eastern sea. Immobilize, immobilize. You who disrupt the councils, the machines, the strategy, the messengers, the armies of the enemy. Tear up, cut up, him, pat, swaha. With this worship the Lord of the field. O maid noble lineage, we know, we contemplate a crore of mantras. So many kulas force inspire us ever. Thus adoring the maiden, whichever aspirant meditates, attains immortality, he attains renown and the full stretch of life. Or knowing the supreme Brahman, he abides. Whosoever knows thus wins the fruit. This is the great Upanishad. The goats verily said to the blessed Lord, Lord, the heart of the most excellent Gayatri pertaining to Tripura has been expounded to us. In the hymn of Jatavedas, Tripura's 8 Vidyas are limned. Thus adoring her from the bonds of life, the yogin is released. Now tell us about Mrityu Maya, victory over death. Hearing the words of all the gods speaking, thus the victory over death is revealed through the hymn on Trayambaka in the Anustubh meter. Whence is the word Trayambaka derived? Being master of the 3 cities, he is Trayambaka. Why say, let us sacrifice? Sacrifice means worship. Extol the real by the 2 syllables Mahe. By the immutable single letter come after Trayambaka, victory over death is expressed. So it is said, let us sacrifice. Now why say fragrant? He attains renown on all sides, hence it is said fragrant. Why say increases growth? He creates all the worlds, saves all the worlds, pervades all the worlds, hence he is said to increase growth. Why say like cucumber fruit, let me find freedom? As the cucumber is fast held by the stalk, so is the bound fast, and he is released from death, the bondage of transmigration, he becomes free. Why say unto immortality? One achieves immortality, achieves the imperishable, one becomes Rudra. The gods verily said to the blessed Lord, everything has been expounded to us. Now tell us all those mantras pertaining to Shiva, Vishnu, Surya, Ganesha, by lauding with which Bhagavati will reveal himself. The blessed Lord said, with Trayambaka in Shloka meter, worship the conqueror of death. It is laid down that the single letter is pervaded as shown afore. One who worships with the mantra of the Yajus, Om, obeisances to the Shiva, attains the status of Rudra and achieves blessedness. He who knows does so. That supreme abode of Vishnu, like an eye across the heavens, the wise always behold. Vishnu phases all quarters, as oil surrounds and fills a ball of sea. He pervades all things. His supreme abode is the high sky. The wise, namely gods like Brahma, behold it, hold it forever in the heart. Hence Vishnu's own form is derived from his abiding, existing in all beings. He is Vasudeva, the God, who dwells in all. O Namaha consists of 3 syllables. Bhagavate has 4 syllables. Vasudevaya has 5 syllables. This is the 12-syllabled mantra of Vasudeva. He who knows this surmounts all hardships, lives a full life, achieves mastery over being, and enjoys possession of wealth and cattle. The letters A, U and meditation constituting the pranava denote the inward bliss, the all-pervading Brahman. Putting them together, there is formed Om. Swan sailing in the pure sky, dweller in the atmosphere, sacrificer near the altar, guest walking into the house, dweller in men, in noble things, in the right and in the sky, in water born, born in the light, in the right, in mounts, the right, the great, he is the Lord. All fruits he wins who repeats the previous mantra of the sun together with the powers, namely the dawn, the dusk, the intellect, which are the true, ordered, embodied light. By each of the other luminous words in the mantra of the Surya is it upheld. Words like Yam, water born, denote the powers. He dwells in the high abode, the heavens pertaining to the sun. Worshipping the Lord of hosts with the mantra given previously, we invoke you, leader of hosts, in the Tristubha Twitter, together with the monosyllables, one achieves the status of Ganesha. Next have been laid down the Gayatri, the Savitri, the unuttered mantras, that of Saraswati, the Matrika. By it all, this has been pervaded. Aim, the goddess of speech, we know Klim, the goddess of desire. We meditate songs, may the power inspire us. Thus in the morn, Gayatri at midday, Savitri at the dusk, Saraswati the Ajapa. Hamsa, the unuttered, is chanted without break. The Matrika, comprising 50 letters from Tukasa, pervades all words, all sastras, all Vedas. The goddess pervades all things, obeisance and obeisance unto her. The blessed Lord said to them, whoso perpetually lauds the goddess with these mantras beholds all things. He attains immortality. Whoso knows this, this is the Upanishad. Chapter 5. The gods verily said to the blessed Lord, clearly has been explained to us the section on activities and what pertains to Tripura with all related topics. Next tell us about the attributeless supreme. The blessed Lord spoke to them. By means of the fourth and final Maya, Avidya, Jnana, Vijnana and Samayajnana, has the Supreme Brahman been indicated, the Supreme Person, the Supreme Self, whose essence is consciousness. The hearer, the thinker, the seer, the teacher, the toucher, the proclaimer, the cognizer, the supreme knower, the inner person in all persons, that self must be cognized. In that there are neither worlds seen nor unseen, no gods or demons, beasts or non-beasts, ascetics or non-ascetics, outcasts or non-outcasts, Brahmins and non-Brahmins. Alone and single, the Supreme Brahman, all quiet shines forth. God's seers, mains prevail not there. The awkward, awakened knower, the all-knower is Brahman. In this context, there are the following verses. Hence, the seeker after liberation must from object his mind withdraw, for liberation is indeed mind's detachment from objects. Two kinds of minds there are, pure and impure. Impure the mind, desire-ridden, the pure of desires freed. Mind alone is cause of man's bondage and release. Bondage is clinging to objects, the mind withdraws therefrom, promotes release, short of attachment to objects and restricted to the heart. Mind thus ceases to be mind, such is the state supreme. Control the mind until its quiescence reaches in the heart. This is knowledge and meditation, the rest is naught but words. Brahman is not thinkable alone, nor unthinkable. Think not, yet only think. Thus surely become Brahman, the same to all. Yogin dissolves himself with self in being through meditation. Meditation on non-self is deemed no meditation at all. That Brahman has no parts is beyond concepts without blemish, knowing I am that by slow degrees one Brahman does become. Knowing it as beyond concepts, endless, without cause or parallel, immeasurable and beginningless, the man of wisdom is released. There is no restriction, no origin, none in bondage, none who strives, none seeks liberation, yes, none liberated. This is truth. In wakeful state, in dreams, in sleep, know that the self is only one. For one who passes beyond these states, rebirth there is none. One real self alone exists in diverse beings as one, or many is it seen like moon in water's sheen. As when a pot is moved, the sky pot bound moves not, so is the living self unmoved, like sky when only pot has moved. When repeated in different forms, like pot from pot distinct, he knows not in these divisions, and yet all times knows. As long as illusions of words encompasses one, difference lasts when darkness is scattered. It is unity when ceased. The lower Brahman is the word, the eternal when that wears off, remains it knower shall for peace of mind on the eternal meditate. Two Brahmans are to be pondered on, the Word and the Brahman Supreme. In the words well versed, one attains Brahman Supreme. The acute mind, after study of the text, on knowledge and wisdom intent, must forsake all, as one who seeks grain forsakes the husk perforce. Milk has but a single color, though drawn from diverse cows, as milk is knowledge known. Its sources are like cows. Focusing the eye of knowledge, evoke the thought, I am Brahman, the great supreme abode without parts or movement, the quiescent one. Whoso knows thus the one supreme form of Brahman, the fourth abiding in all beings, dwells in the imperishable supreme abode. I seek refuge for the sake of life in this fourth power of knowledge, the cause of the manifestation of Brahman. In the order of Akasha, Akasha is the supreme source of all these elements. All these beings verily are born of Akasha, and they merge in Akasha. Because of it, they live. Once they are born, so know Akasha to be the seed. That very thing know as the seat of Akasha, for air, of fire, of water, of precious stones. Whoso knows this attains immortality. Therefore, whoever knows this fourth wisdom or Vidya, pertaining to the glory of Kamaraja, the self in liberation, with its 11-fold form as the imperishable Brahman, attains the fourth state. Whoever knows this, this is the great Upanishad. O gods with ears, let us hear what is good. Adorable ones with eyes, let us see what is good. With steady limbs, with bodies praising, let us enjoy the life allotted by the gods. May Indra of wide renown grant us well-being. May Pusan and all gods grant us well-being. May Tarakasya of unhampered movement grant us well-being. May Brihaspati grant us well-being. Om, peace, peace, peace. Here ends the Tripura Tapani Upanishad included in the Atharvana Veda.